After about a year or two, you can come up and upgrade these planters. What's really important is that they've been made correctly. If this was soaking wet, you could never get a stain or a paint on here. But this being 3-to-1, 3 sandstone mixed to 1 cement, the cement is very strong and always dry. So what I mean by that is you can water this and this cement still is dry on the outside because that 3-to-1 has made this waterproof. So we're going to stain this to give it a new look. And a lot of times you have to decide when you're going to do this. Jasmine out of the way. You have to brush everything that's loose off. And this basically gives you a rejuvenation of your planters. Now when you're making these, there's always a temptation to paint it very quickly. What happens when you do that, it's still too wet. So the stain or the concrete paint will actually come off. So it's really advisable to wait a long enough time for it to dry out in the sun. And if you do that, you'll get this gorgeous mottled look, especially if you work it in, getting it to go in deep. That'll give you an idea of how nice this upgrades. We had a little bit of spalding, not spalding, but the finished skin was coming off. But by painting it, we get this new look, like a really stone-like look. So there's all kinds of water-based stains. A lot of them are banned. The oils and the alcohols and dilutants are all banned in certain countries. But the water-based stains have come a long way. Look at that. Look how nice that looks. It looks so stone-like. So if you want to upgrade your planters, don't be shy. Hopefully you have planters that aren't soaking wet. I'm going to show you planters like that you can't stain. It was made with 1 cement and 5 sand and gravel. Unpaintable. You could attempt to paint this, but it's basically turning into topsoil because it has such a small, weak concrete composition. So these are best left to go naturally, to go moldy, to grow mossy. So this, you might as well not waste your time painting, simply because it's always going to be too wet and too organic. It's like painting moss. You can't really paint moss or anything like that. It's just the soil is coming and growing on the outside of this. So if you put a paintbrush to this, it wouldn't do very much. It would peel off right away because this planter is constantly wet. It never dries out. Okay, here's another good example. This planter was painted too soon with regular outdoor house paint, and it's peeling. So if you don't wait long enough, you're going to have trouble with a latex paint. It will peel off on you. It can be scraped and fixed up easily enough. This here is the same paint, but this planter was about, I think it was like 4 weeks older before it was painted. So the result is completely different because the cement was completely dried out. Again, 3-to-1 mix, 3-to-1 mix, but painted too soon. Yeah, just on a side note, if you don't have this variegated lemon tree, make sure to get it in your garden. These fruits are, this thing is tiny and it's loaded with fruits. We have a really big one down there, and the only thing about these lemons are they have this huge layer of pulp on the outside. So there's less fruit inside this compared to a Meyer lemon, but it's way more productive. This variegated lemon is less than 4 years old, and it gives us enough lemons that we even have to give them away. We're going to finish this up slowly. Then we're going to paint another red one just to show you what happens when you paint these update these concrete planters. They definitely look gorgeous when you work your way around them. And these stains are quite runny, so you got to be quite good with a paintbrush. And they sort of create this, it sort of creates this marbled effect because the concrete has different textures itself. I'm not a big fan of sealing the outsides or the insides. I kind of like the planter to fight on its own. We don't have freeze thaw here, so it's a little bit different, so I kind of prefer to leave it. You can see the improvement on this, how different it looks when you actually come in here and paint everything. And you can't miss any holes or anything because it shows up very drastically. Okay, we're going to go on to the next one. Laura's going to finish this one up. Yeah, we're going to restain this with the same color. And that's always a good thing, is if you can restain a concrete planter that's faded from the sun and from watering and from general use, if you can stain it with the same color again, you're going to get a more vibrant color and a very usable upgrade. We're also going to paint this edge up here. And don't be worried, this won't stay this red. It will dilute a lot. So that'll give you an idea as how you can upgrade these planters very efficiently if you stick to the same paint type. This is an alcohol-based stain, incredibly powerful. And what I like to do is I like to work it in so it shows a bit of the concrete through it. I have 2 holes here, you have to get in there. And then within 1 hour, this will be a complete different color. It will be a lot lighter. When you upgrade these planters, it brings new life into the yard. It brings a different look that you can actually make a planter stand out. This red will fade very, very quickly here in Ecuador. So this upgrading process really does help keep your yard look fresh and updated. And these concrete planters that don't have perfect skins, they tend to stain nicer than paint because the differences or the indiscrepancies, they paint differently and give it sort of this really aged, mottled look. Makes a big difference if you can add that ancient look to your planters and that really diverse color scheme of having these planters stained differently, having the cement stained differently. Adding punch colors to your concrete planters is easy as long as you make your planters strong and dry on the outside so they can accept the stains and paints easily and readily.